Alcohol did not just take my health, and that's the first lie that people tell themselves. Whatever part of your recovery in, they think, well, my liver number's okay, and I'm still married, I still go to work, I still pay my bills, I'm still functioning. That's what I told myself for years and years. But alcohol was taking things from me long before my body completely broke down. It was taking my peace, taking all of my emotional stability, my ability to handle stress like a healthy, mature man. It was definitely taking my sleep, my patience, my clarity, of course, my money, my energy. All of my relationships were taken. But the scary part is that I didn't even notice or care at first, because addiction is pretty sneaky. It's not a baseball bat. It just slowly creeps in, takes over. You normalize feeling terrible, and if you're an alcoholic, you know your anxiety is always there. You normalize brain fog. You normalize being emotionally unavailable. You normalize apologizing every second of the day. You normalize saying, I will quit, I will quit, I will quit. But meanwhile, your entire life slowly starts to shrink, and you don't recognize it at first. That's what happened to me. Alcohol made me emotionally numb. I stopped being fully present. I stopped processing pain. I stopped communicating with my family. Eventually, everything becomes harder. It's like trying to walk through water. Your marriage gets harder. Your parenting gets effed up. And of course, your health gets a lot harder. Your emotions get... And then you start drinking more because things are harder, because that's your normal reaction, not realizing that the alcohol is the problem in the first place. That cycle is brutal. And I know some people watching this are stuck in that cycle. You wake up exhausted. Promise yourself, tonight I'm gonna come home and have dinner and not drink. And then something happens. Something on the outside or the inside, or something you don't even recognize, and then it hits. I'll start Monday. And then that cycle can be years. Here's something that not too many people are going to talk about, certainly not enough. Alcohol doesn't just hurt your body, it changes who you are on a DNA level. I mean metaphorically, not physically. But you become someone that you don't recognize anymore. Your anxiety is through the roof, shorter temper, less discipline. Your confidence is shit. You're less emotional control, that's what it is. Eventually, you just stop trusting yourself because you keep breaking promises to yourself. Hard to say. That destroys people mentally. But for me personally, I think alcohol amplified every single issue that I had. My childhood trauma, my emotional pain, and of course all the stresses that I had. It was terrible for my relationship. My anger was terrible. Didn't help any of it. Didn't help nothing. It just made it worse. And all of those things, while you're self-medicating with alcohol, come back worse. And most people who hit 50, they kind of fall apart emotionally, because decades of numbing finally catch up. Please listen carefully. I am not sitting here pretending that alcohol was all my problems. I ain't blaming that. It wasn't. I made the decisions. I chose to drink. I hurt people. I was emotionally unavailable for years. I did that. I own every effing thing I did. But removing the alcohol forced me to see those things clearly. My God, it's terrifying at first. Suddenly, there's nowhere to hide. You can't go, I was drunk. No numbing, no escape, no blaming on anyone, no off button at night when you're drunk and you pass out and go to sleep. Just you and your mind. Just you and your habits and your regrets, the damage you inflicted. But weirdly, it's also where the healing starts, when you can start to see ownership. Once I stopped really numbing myself, I started walking. I started eating a little bit better, and then I started sleeping a little bit better. It took me about 6 weeks. But after that, my mind started to tranquilo, to calm down. And then I had a huge realization, maybe I'm not doomed. Because a lot of people watching this think it's too late. Generation X, I already effed up my life. There's nothing I can do. Keep drinking, keep smoking. My marriage is over. My kids hate me. My health is so bad I could never come back. Maybe. But you ain't dead yet if you're watching this. As long as you're breathing and able to walk, you still have time to rebuild something. I don't know what it is. I don't know your situation, not perfectly, but things can get better. And maybe not completely, but maybe enough to feel peace again. That's what I think that people are looking for. And that's why I started this. Not perfection, just a little peace. And I can tell you this honestly, alcohol never gave me peace. It rented me relief while quietly stealing my future. It's 100% true. And if you're starting over like me, please hit the subscribe button and follow. Type I'm in so I know that you're doing this too. I appreciate y'all watching. I'll see y'all tomorrow.